What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning back into the Hook 937 YouTube channel. Back here today on the GTO. As you know, yesterday we pulled the transmission, drive shaft, drained all the fluids, all the fuel, all that stuff out of the car, took the exhaust off, turbo, radiator, all that. So today we're going to finish taking the top end of the motor apart, not the heads, valve covers, intake manifold, throttle body, fuel rail injectors, all that stuff to where it's just a long block. Undo the wiring harness, lay that off to the side, and then we're going to pull the motor out. After that, we'll go over what some of the ideas are going forward with this build for the future. But do me a favor before we get too far into it, please hit the subscribe button. We're so close to 1,000. Every subscriber counts, every subscriber helps, and I really appreciate it. Hit the like button, hit the bell so you don't miss any notifications. Leave us a comment down below. All the YouTube algorithm stuff, don't worry, I'll remind you at the end of the video to do it again. But for now, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, got the valve covers off, intake manifold off, obviously the full fuel system. Got the whole harness laid over to the side here. Nothing should be hooked up to the motor. Even went ahead and disconnected the power wire to the alternator. Breather tube off. Fuel return line off. So that should be everything. I noticed an issue we had here. A little bit of oil gummed up. When I drained my oil, I noticed there's a little bit of water in it. And I think, if you remember back on race week, we were putting so much ice on the rails and everything to keep the fuel cool enough for us to be able to drive it down the road. Well, I think after, 50 bags of ice, some water definitely got into places it wasn't supposed to get into. So, well, that's just another while it's apart kind of thing, and, the motor will be getting gone through. So we're going to go ahead and roll the hoist out here, hook it up to the motor, undo these last two bolts, and start yanking. All right, guys, so there it is. Motor's out. Just kind of tuck some of the wiring up to the side. We'll deal with all of this another day. This is just where I wanted to get for now. Throw the hood back on it, latch it down, start pulling the bell housing and clutch off of this, and get this ready for transport. Probably going to leave the water pump on it, but the alternator and the fuel pump I'm going to take with me for mock-up purposes on while this is out. I want to mock some stuff up, and I'll take the motor mounts. But that's where it's at. Start cleaning up, and then after I clean up, I'll come back to you guys, probably from my home garage, and just talk about a couple of things, and then we'll end the video out there. What's up, guys? Next day here, back at the house, editing the video. It's a real short video today, but I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of things, a couple of ideas I had moving forward with the car, some things I might change, some things I might not change. So I wanted to bring them up and just talk to you guys about them and see what you guys think. So leave me a comment down below. The first thing is the fuel system. So we had a lot of issues with the fuel system on race week. I believe it's mainly because the fuel regulator was too small. The return line was definitely too small. And maybe the mechanical pump could have been mounted in a better location. So the options are cable drive mechanical pump, move it about 8 feet back. There's a really good spot I could tuck it up into on the GTO. It'll push the fuel the majority of the way. Or do I go with a variable speed electric pump? Now, the air motive pump. Now, some of the pros and cons are I have a lot of the mechanical pump stuff, and I'll be honest, this is kind of where I'm leaning. I have a lot of the mechanical pump stuff, and while I might have to throw some more money at it to get it completely where I want it, if I had a pump failure, which is less likely with a mechanical, new pump, $700. If I put the electric pump in it, still a very good option, runs off a TPS, and I have a pump failure with that, $2,000. So, and it's more likely that an electric pump would fail. So you can see where I'm leaning, but a lot of guys are running these electric pumps on these drag drive events, and a lot of them are making good power. So let me know what you think about that one in the comments. And the second big change I'm really thinking about is the intercooler. So the intercooler that's on the car completely works. It's a good intercooler. But I did see some kind of high intake air temperatures when we were on race week running it down the track, and we weren't making too much steam just yet. There were some hot days, but I think that intercooler would work fine for what we're doing. However, if I'm gonna change it, now might be the time to change it to an intake manifold air to water intercooler setup. So the benefits of that, most of you guys probably already know. Cooler air intake temps. The cons to that are the plumbing to run all the water lines from wherever I mount the ice box to the intercooler, the pump, the cost of the intercooler and the new intake manifold, the cost of the pump and the ice box, and it is a little bit more maintenance, and it is more prep time at the track. With the air to air, that part you don't have to worry about when you're at the track getting ready to race. And like I said, the air to air that I have now works, but I kind of think this, if I'm going to go air to water, this might be a good time to do it. So let me know. Those are the two things. There's more stuff, but those are the two things that I wanted to bring up now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe. We're super close to 1,000, and that's kind of my goal for the year. The year's almost up. We got 5 weeks left, 6 weeks left. So please hit the subscribe button. Leave us a comment down below. Like the video, YouTube algorithm stuff. Guys, I really appreciate all my subscribers, everybody who's tuned in. I'll catch you guys next time.